Good morning and welcome. It's a corporate governance platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiwo. Today we want to look at the role of ethics in business and influence on corporate brand. Role of ethics in business and influence on corporate brand. Our guest this morning is Mr. AYODELE AKINMOLADUN, FCIS, is member Governance Practitioners Committee, ICSAN. He joins us from Ibadan. Good morning, Mr. AKINMOLADUN.
Thank you, madam. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you for joining us on the program this morning. With me in the studio is Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Funmi. Good morning to you, our guest, Mr. AYODELE AKINMOLADUN, FCIS, and all our listeners. Good morning and happy Democracy Day to you all.
All right, happy Democracy Day to you as well. We're going to take this message and, of course, we'll be right back.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, ICSAN, definitely the hub of governance professionals. As I said earlier, we're looking at role of ethics in business and influence on corporate brand. All right, Mr. AKINMOLADUN, let's begin this way. When we talk about ethics, what exactly are we talking about?
Thank you very much. Because ethics examines the rationale, justification for our moral judgment. It studies what is morally right or wrong, what is just or what is unjust. If we want to expand further, ethics can be seen as what reflects on human beings and their interactions with the nature and other humans, in terms of freedom, in terms of responsibilities, and in terms of justice. It generally deals with how one deals with others, so that what one does will have been seen as what is just, what is not stepping on the toes of others, will have ensured that, okay, what I am doing is what I expect to be done for me. If I am on the other side, what I am doing, is it what I will expect? Otherwise, if it is not, then it means that I have not allowed ethics to, govern what I am doing.
All right. Now, let's look at how ethics or ethical culture relates with corporate governance.
Yes. Ethical culture In corporate governance, there are principles. The establishment of professional or organization business or ethical standards underscores the values for the protection and enhancement of the reputation of an organization or a company while promoting the good conduct of the investors. Let me explain a little. The people that are representing the organization, let me use the word directors, what they are doing it on behalf of the organization. Now, what they are doing, how will it be promoting good culture? How will it enable the people that have invested? How will it make them to be at peace, to let them be assured that, okay, well, my interest is being protected. I can trust what the people that are in the helm of affairs are doing. If the culture that has been put in place is able to make the organization do it well, then the corporate governance that will now come in place, the people that will be executing or doing corporate governance, they are human beings. If there is a culture that is on ground that they are following, definitely they will promote good conduct, and the investors' confidence will be in place.
All right. How does formulation of ethical policy by a corporate entity help in promoting ethical culture?
Thank you very much. Shortly before this question, I did say there are principles. Mm-hmm. The principles will enable the organization, the company, or whatever we call it, to have laid down, maybe do I call it regulation, guidelines, whatever would help the organization to do certain things. The conduct of the business that is entrenched, that ethic entrenched in it, will have spelled out certain things. Remember, we talk of culture. Culture is a way of life. Company is like a human being. It's an artificial human being. Way of life. How we do certain things. For instance, an MD just came in now. After the exit of another MD, an executive director has just come in now. After the retirement of another one, there will be laid down regulations. A senior manager, an accountant, human resources manager, or whatever we may call it, has just taken over. There will be regulations. There will be if I call it papers, maybe records that the person that has just come in will now look at this is how it is done in this place. Okay, I should not deviate. I should only improve on what is on ground. I should not destroy it. The directors or the senior management of the company, they will know that honesty is very, very important. I must do all I do in good faith, in the best interest of the company, in accordance with the legal requirements that the company, the regulation agreed upon. All those things that I'm talking about that we know will have been spelled out in the documents that will guide the organization. In more or less culture, the culture that the corporate governance practitioner would work with, he or she will see them in the documents. He will also imbibe it as a kind of culture. He knows that as a director, he knows that he owes a fiduciary duty to the company, together with the duty for care, skill, diligence, and all the rest of it that we'll be talking of. This will have been spelled out in the documents that will be guiding the director. The director may, when he gets to the office, may even call on a junior officer. Please, how do you do this? The junior officer just look at this document. You will be well guided. When this is in place, a culture will have been formulated. It will make it easy for a top management to do his job very well, where the culture will guide him or her, and corporate governance will be properly, will be properly followed, that nothing will be left out. Even if another person comes after the one that is on ground now, there will be no significant difference from what he or she is doing from what another person will do, because there is a path. There is a path that they are following, and the path is in the culture that has been established, and the culture is established in the document that will guide the senior management or the director.
All right. Let's look at the impact of, this ethical culture we're talking about on corporate brands. If you could expatiate a bit on that.
Thank you very much. When we talk of corporate brand, as I understand, simply means what picture the company, the organization, the establishment, what picture they are printing to the public, for the public to see. For instance, if a company's name, if an organization's name is mentioned now, without you even being there, you have not been in the company, in the premises of that company, but you will form a conception, you will form an idea about that company. The corporate culture, the ethical culture that an organization must have put in place will definitely go to a large extent to form a brand for the organization. That is why establishment of policies and mechanisms for the monitoring of, if I can use the word insider dealing, insider trading. What I mean by insider trading now is that in an organization, some people are inside, the directors, the chief accountant, the human resources manager, the staff, the top management staff, the board of directors. They have so many things that they know that others do not know. If a negative brand has been painted, a picture of a negative brand has been painted for the world to see, it will just be concluded without even moving too far that organization, forget it. They are not trustworthy. Before you know it, if it is a company that is quoted on the stock exchange, it will affect the price of the shares. It would even their products may even be losing a proportion of its share on the market. It would a brand that has been carefully painted from a good culture, maybe a culture that has been in place for a long time, improved upon, to maintain a very good picture. I don't want to mention name.
Okay.
You will see organizations that are protecting their brand because of what they have put in place long ago, and they don't want it to diminish or to reduce in value. For the public to still see them as what they are. The corporate brand that is established will continue to be maintained by the culture. The culture will be improved upon. If there is anything that is lacking, if there is anything that is old, they want to update it. By so doing, they will maintain a very good brand of their corporate body for the public to see.
All right. I must say a very big thank you to you, Mr. AYODELE AKINMOLADUN, FCIS, Member Governance Practitioner Committee, ICSAN. Thank you so much for joining us on Corporate Governance Platform this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right. Mr. Ketefe, I'm sure we have an announcement right there.
Thank you very much, Fumi. The announcement we have for our listeners today is on the Institute's 2024 Annual Public Lecture. This is to inform all governance professionals and members of the public generally that the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN, is holding her 2024 annual public lecture on Tuesday, 9th of July, 2024. The theme of this year's public lecture is Driving Sustainable Development, Public-Private Partnership as a Catalyst. The theme, once again, is Driving Sustainable Development, Public-Private Partnership as a Catalyst. The event will be held by hybrid method, which means that those who cannot be physically present can participate by joining online. Okay. The venue, however, for the physical participation is Waterbridge Hotels and Suites, 11A/B, IBB Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. The event starts at 11 a.m. prompt. There is no participation fee for this event. It is free. It is one of the Institute CSR to the members of the public. The chief host, of course, is the President and Chairman of the Governing Council of ICSAN, Mrs. Funmi Ekundayo, FCIS. The keynote speaker is the CEO of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, Mr. Tayo Aduloju, while the two discussants are Chief Compliance Officer and Company Secretary, Ohando PLC, Ms. AYODELE Jagun, and the Commissioner of Finance, Akwa Ibom State, Dr. Linus Nkan, FCA. The host is the Chairman of the Publicity and Advocacy Committee of ICSAN, Mrs. Nkechi Onyenso, FCIS. For more information on ICSAN 2024 Annual Public Lecture, please contact Julie on 080-3468-9366. For more information on ICSAN 2024 Annual Public Lecture, please contact Julie on 080-3468-9366. Thank you and happy Democracy Day once again.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kade Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. That's how we wrap it up this morning on Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We're back again next week, Wednesday, on a fresh edition. I'm Funmi Omoburio. What did you say?